Hi guys, today I want to take a look at this guy. It is the Millenium DI-E DI Box. It's made by Thomann. Oddly enough, it has the address and website and everything painted onto the enclosure for some reason. It's a DI box, obviously. And I picked up several of these a couple of years back, and I just want to give you my thoughts on it, give it a quick review. They are insanely cheap. It's like 10 quid for a DI box. They're a passive DI box, which means you don't need any power source. You can just plug them in anywhere and they work perfectly. Simple design, black with a bit of information plastered onto it. There isn't really any decent user manual online to find on these guys, but you don't really need one. I mean, once you know what a DI box is, you'll be able to figure this out pretty easily. Very simple workings. You have your input, where you input your guitar, bass, or other. You have an output, which links a copy of the signal, so it splits your signal so you can send the output to an amp or a second mixer or whatever you want, really. It has a switch on this side so that it changes from instrument to speaker level, so it's basically a pad that's built in. It allows you to plug in different input sources which have higher or lower impedances. So it can just handle a wider range of volumes or a wider range of voltages inside it. Since it's a passive DI, inside this box is a pretty simple circuit, I would assume, but it's mostly going to be two transformers. You can even see it in the diagram where you have your input, which gets split to your output, and then sent to this pad, which can be switched on or off. Then up to the transformers, which then lowers the signal strength to mic level, and which is then sent to the XLR output, which can be plugged into your mixer or your interface or whatever you're plugging it into. Finally, it has a ground lift on this side. It's just a simple switch, and that's basically if you're getting hum or 60 cycle ground hum, any kind of noise like that, you can just flick this on or off and see which gives the best lowest signal to noise ratio. Aside from that, the construction seems great. I think it's rolled steel, very solid, durable. I mean, you can throw this into a gig bag, bring it wherever you want. I usually use them in the studio these days. I have another active DI which I sometimes use, but these actually seem to give a better sound. Just something about the simplicity of them kind of appeals to me as well. I mean, it looks nice. It's plain black, simple, has four little rubber feet just to keep your desk safe or to keep it from slipping on the floor. So how about we plug in and see what it sounds like? Okay, so right now we are plugged directly into the DI box using my Tanglewood Warrior 3 bass, and that's going into the input. The output is then going out to an amp. I just plugged it into my guitar amp right now because it's set up and just to make it easy. And we're set to instrument. We'll set the ground lift off for now, and the output is going straight into my audio interface and then recorded into Reaper. Firstly, I'll mute Reaper for you and we'll just see the sound coming out of the guitar amp just to demonstrate that that works. Hopefully you heard that over the camera's microphone, but anyway. And now the signal that's going into Reaper. And then we'll just flick the ground lift on to see if that makes any difference. I'm not really monitoring at the moment, so we'll have to wait and see afterwards. No, I don't think I have any real hum coming from it at the minute. I don't see the level indicator hopping or anything, so it should be fine. So yeah, that's really all there is to it. So as I said, very simple piece of kit, works perfectly, and it's so cheap that there's no reason not to buy one. They're great for studio work. I mean, they never break. They're such simple pieces of equipment that there's very little that can go wrong with them. It's also rugged enough that you can take it on the road. For PA guys and sound engineers, it's great just to have a few of these lying around. You never know when you're going to need DI. Even for gigging bands, there's several gigs I've been to where we've shown up to the venue and either we or another band has needed an extra DI, so digging one of these out of a gig bag can save the night, or save the gig, I suppose. I recommend them. They're fantastic. So that's all I have for you today. Please like and subscribe and check back next week.